My name is Itoku. I'm a missionary pastor here at GRBC, sent by Sovereign Grace Bible Church to plant a church here in Abeokuta. So I'm married to Dorcas, and God has blessed us with 2 kids, Micah and Efziba. I'm a sinner saved by grace, and I bless God for the opportunity and the privilege to be called into the ministry and to lead God's people. The work started January 2023. It's haven't completed a year, I would say 10-month internship at Kabota Baptist Church in Zambia. So upon my return and upon the assessment of the eldership at SGBC, it was clear that there's a call, and of course with my accent to the fact. And so I was ordained, that was January last year, and the work started officially. Yeah, so it began in our living room. We had moved from Ilaro to Abeokuta, so it began in our living room, just myself, my wife, and 2 kids. Abeokuta, it's more like any terrain that you come across traveling across Nigeria. So biblical Christianity is foreign largely in our nation. So Abeokuta is not an exemption. Abeokuta is plagued with syncretism. There's a lot of mixing of Christianity with other ideology. So it's here, and then there's much of voodoo based on the African traditional religion. There's much of that here, and people are quite confident in it. So it's that's how I would describe the spiritual condition of Abeokuta. God has helped us since we started, and we've had a number of ministries. One that was quite significant. In fact, I'm using the word significant, not that others are not, but the way in which God in His providence allowed us to get to that place and open the door to bring the gospel to the people there would be the ministry at Itoku. Itoku is a dark place, and it's a place where you have, it's like a melting pot where you have a lot of religious ideology, coming in. There's false Christianity on one side, there's the African traditional religion, and then there's also the Islam religion there. In fact, the first mosque in Abeokuta is just close to where we are having an outreach. So you can imagine how the place is. So, and God has opened the place, and we've been going there regularly every fortnight to preach the gospel, and people are coming out in numbers, adults and children. And so we have another at a primary school. Yeah, the Kings is coming primary school. Yeah, so those are the 2 major ministries that we have. And then our programs, we have a number of programs. We have the Abeokuta Bible Seminar. We've started having that the very first year that the church work began. The first one was in April 2023, and we've had 2 more after that, and we hope to have another August this year. And then also we have a children's Bible club where we reach out to young ones between the age of 2, and for now maximum we have about a 16-year-old attending our children's Bible club. So yeah, those are the programs and the ministries we have for now. So another important outreach effort here at GRBC that I didn't mention the other time would be our evangelism effort to reach the community. When we first started, we started around, there's an area called Idiaba. We started there. So we go out every Sunday, and I personally go out at least 2 to 3 times in a week to preach on the streets and to share tracts. And as a church, we have a regular time that we go out for outreach every Saturday. Our prayer meeting is between 9 to 10 a.m. Immediately after that, we go out for outreach. And currently, we are reaching out to people around the Adigbe area where the church is situated. There's a field very close to the church where people gather every Saturday to play football. So we go there, we share the gospel with them, we give them books, we encourage them to come to church. And a few of them have really turned up. We've had a man called Wasiu who was attending for a while, but now he's no longer working close to where the church is. So we've not been able to reach him since then. But he attended for a while, and we could see that indeed he heard the gospel and he responded to it. Regarding testimony, the Lord has been good. He has been doing the work, helping us to reach out to people's heart with our own feeble effort. I can say clearly that the preaching has been very effective to those who have been coming. Just some few months back, a young man who has been attending regularly for 3 months approached and said he doesn't think he was a Christian. Initially when he came, he said he was a Christian. But after 3 months of attending, he agreed that he wasn't a Christian, and then he began to confess to a lot of things that are sinful things in his life. And then there's another family that really testified that something has shifted in their lives. When we had our last sermon review, the husband was all out just speaking about the changes that has happened in the life of his wife. And then what actually surprised all of us was when he mentioned the fact that his wife is now a homemaker. And that is a fallout from a message she had heard from Titus chapter 2 that was preached, and that older women should teach younger ones to be homemakers. And so that actually affected her, and that God is the only one that can only do that. And then there's Itoku. In Itoku, there's a young man who reached out to us. He got one of our tracts, Be Sure, and he wanted to do photocopies of it. And we told him not to, that we would get him more tracts. I've met with him, I've given him the Gospel of Jesus Christ by Paul Washer. And, we want to keep the contact and see what we can do together around the Itoku area. One of the major challenge we've had is with our outreaches to secondary schools. We've met with quite a number of restrictions from the school management. Sometimes we are told not to essentially preach the gospel, that we should just say, talk about moral things and all of that. But we said, this is the essence why we are called Christians. It is to preach the gospel. So we've met with some drawbacks in that sense. So we should have reached out to more schools, but these are and then there are the existing Christian body, as it were, that are already in charge of many of these schools, and they are, in agreement with the school management about this moral teaching and not telling people to be saved, to be born again. And so they told us to go through them, and we know that this will be more like ecumenism, as it were, for us to just align with them and agree with them. I know we can't have that. So those are some of the difficulties we've had. And then we've had our own fair share of persecution also, especially at Itoku, where sometimes they try to bully us with masquerade while the work is going on and all of that. But the Lord has been very good to us. He has helped us to be confident and bold. Our prayer request would be for you to keep praying for us. Yes, the work is much. The laborers are few. So just keep praying for us that we will not be discouraged, that our heart will be in the work, and that we should keep trusting the Lord and looking unto Him alone for this work. And then also would appeal to our brethren who are from Ascending Church, and those who are true believers who can come around and assist with the work, maybe once in a while, help with the outreach efforts, go out, share tract with us, preach in the neighborhood with us. That would be good. So I wouldn't want to conclude this interview without saying a word of thanks to those who have been really supportive and helping us with the work. First, I would like to reference the great support that we've received from our sending church, Sovereign Grace Bible Church, Lagos. The help has been so vital to our work here, materially, even spiritually, how they continue to pray for us and support us and encourage us. So I want to say thank you to them, and I also want to say thank you to all our partners, Outcry Missionary Organization, who have been doing so much to see to it that the Reformed work in Nigeria grows. And so I want to thank them, and also for their consistent financial support to see to it that a church that is still in infancy can stand on its leg before they withdraw whatever support we now receive from them. So that's very vital to the work here in Nigeria. And also I want to thank First Love, LIT, Lux in Tenebrae, for the good resource books, to be precise, that we received from them, and these are very invaluable to the work here. And also the interpretative work that is going on, and in Jesus Christi, it's so important to our work here in Abeokuta. People can read for the first time the true gospel, biblical gospel, in the local dialect, and that's very important for the work that we are doing here. So I want to say thank you for what they have done and what they continue to do.